Good day, dear viewers. Welcome once again to Emperor TV. On this episode of Let's Talk About It, we'll be talking about the state of insecurity in the Nigerian Federation, and we'll be talking about how the state of insecurity has both impacted and affected the state of our economy and every other aspect of the Nigerian well-being. So, my name is Ayomide, and I have with me here.
Ayomide.
All right. So today, we'll be considering the topic insecurity, like I've said earlier, and we already know that insecurity in any country, state, give us a notion that a country is in hazard. Number one, is in danger. Number two, and is without safety. So any country that is faced with insecurity will surely have economic depression. So today I have a well-experienced person in this aspect who will be enlightening us, in giving us insight into the way insecurity has affected our country, Nigeria. So, Mr. John, I would like you to please tell us what your thoughts are concerning insecurity in Nigeria presently.
Okay, thank you very much, Samuel. Let me say, please come into this wonderful program today.
You're welcome, thank you.
And it's a great one. Okay, first of all, I hope you enjoy this weather.
We know it's the Amazon season and everything is good everywhere. So
Okay, let's talk about insecurity. Well, insecurity is a global issue.
exactly.
It's a global phenomenon, when you go to places like Ukraine now, Russia, you will understand places like Israel, Hamas, what they call it, Palestine. Yes, it's a global issue. It's a global issue right now, and in Nigeria also, it's a great issue because I could recall, not even Nigeria ago, at least US have had their own taste. September 11 attack, Osama bin Laden, Al Qaeda network.
Exactly.
So it was the great one when the WTO, North Tower, I think North Tower and South Tower was attacked, and the Pentagon, where US kept their weapons in Washington DC, was attacked, and the final plane was just heated somewhere and everybody died. That's security. So, but in Nigeria, it has become a normal thing. Like when we wake up and we sleep, we are waking up with insecurity and sleeping with insecurity because we don't know who is next.
So you're trying to tell us that insecurity has become a norm in the country.
Okay, let me set an example. 2014 April, I could recall, if I get my data right, Chibok girls was attacked. Chibok students was attacked. Years later, I think it was in Kaduna where another school was attacked. This issue of this lady that refused to deny her faith. Leah Sharibu. Our school was attacked.
Exactly.
Recently again, I think I had in news, I don't know, but I think I had another school was attacked.
Another school, yes.
So it's becoming like normal thing. Yesterday I was hearing news and I had the FCT minister, Rotimi, Wike, saying that every clinical in Abuja, they will be treated clinical because Abuja too, which is supposed to be the capital of the country, is under attack.
I tell you sincerely, just yesterday, there's a report that a man was seen driving out halfway dead out of his house because he was attacked by robbers in his estate. He was living in a well-secured estate.
So recently also, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, some Malians, because after some investigation where they came from Mali, they were carrying some explosive for all this mining stuff at Bodija and Ibadan. It affected the government house. The explosion killed a lot of people. That's what would they call it now? This NEMA, National Emergency Chemical Management. They had to start carrying one engine to Bodija to test. They will put the engine. I think they will dip it inside the ground to test if they are still living
Mines.
people
Okay,
under the
okay,
ground.
under the ground,
Under
under
that,
the
as
collapsed
exactly.
buildings. Okay, yes,
So
yes,
insecurity
yes,
has
yes,
become,
yes,
and
yes.
this thing has eaten us up. That number one, this one of the effects. It has a way of chasing away investors.
Exactly.
We were talking somewhere, I think 2 or 3 days ago, and jokingly I was saying it that I cannot allow, sorry to say, I cannot allow my children or me myself to go to some part of this country to settle down. Because you going there is as if you are signing a debt warrant that I can go and come back. And I can
Countries
go.
like what?
Some part of this country, sorry to mention, like the north. Sorry to mention. Even here, the southwestern part of the country here, there are some parts that they kidnap anyhow, go to Ekiti, Ondo State, to Ekiti State, Ondo to some places, they kidnap anyhow. One day I was traveling, it was recent, I was traveling. So I was traveling, I think from Ondo going down to Akoba. So I left Ondo late, and everybody was like, they will kidnap where? They will kidnap you. That thing that's reshaping our mentality. So I was like, so what now happened that made it worse?
Okay.
We have passed over.
Alright.
And there's this part along Owo to Akumba that we used to hear that they used to kidnap people. So the place is now being dominated by armed forces that you cannot move.
Checkpoints.
You cannot move from 1 minute, 2, 3 minutes you meet with checkpoints, either army or police. So it now got to a point everyone has become dark. So some people were waving torch from
afar,
and there was a sister talking Christian sister behind me, and she said, hey, she's your Fulani Lily. How does people not Fulani? And I looked at her face.
That shows the level of.
I was like, what were you expecting? Yeah, her brother, Nigeria tell you.
Imagine. They have even lost trust in the Nigerian defense system, Nigerian defense
Exactly.
forces.
So these things affect our mode of thinking, affect some people want to travel, they cannot travel freely. Some people they want to do something, okay. You cannot advise a private investor now. Imagine you are an investor.
Yes,
you have millions of dollars to invest, you are not taking it to Ukraine. No?
Even from research, I was able to discover that with the recent level of insecurity in Nigeria has lost about 192 billion naira due to insecurity, due to withdrawn investments by foreign investors.
What do you expect?
And even MTN, the popular telecommunication corporation, MTN, gave a prediction that in the next 5 years there will be a decline even in the supply of telecommunication services in Nigeria due to insecurities that might result in vandalizing of their masts, their cable wires.
But the question is, they should not have lost because of Nigeria? No.
That also gives us an insight to the reason why MTN is increasing some of their services charge.
That's why I will keep on saying it and we keep on shouting it. This insecurity issues is the work of every man. Now, what are the causes of insecurity? Let's look into that. Number one is unemployment. That's the major thing.
Exactly.
We have thousands of graduates around. University produce thousands every year, but the question is no job.
Exactly.
And we must look for means of survival. Survival mode everybody man. We must look for means of survival. So some people will not have means now to kidnap. Kidnap either for rituals or for ransom. And I had something yesterday. I was listening to news and I had a very funny news. You know, those broadcasters casting the news, they casted the news and they laughed. What was the news?
Okay,
he said, you know, there's this man, what do you call it, the National Working Committee.
Yes,
they used to hold it, I think, every week, whereby all ministers, special advisors to the president, some key major people in the federation, they meet to do meeting with the president every week to discuss. So after the week, the Minister of Defense, Mwanishi Badara, I don't know his name, I've forgotten, the Minister of Defense came out and said, according to Nigeria Constitution 2011, it is a crime to pay ransom for kidnappers.
Hmm.
That if any of someone's family member is being kidnapped and they ask you for ransom and you pay, you are punishable, I think, 14 years imprisonment for that.
But now look at what it is.
And the question is, and the man now said, that law should be enacted, should be put in.
Let me tell you something, Mr. John.
My question is,
the government,
those that were kidnapped in Abuja recently, I think they asked for, 60 million naira each, that the wife of the president had to intervene.
Imagine. The government had to pay ransom going against the
those that were abducted at train, this Abuja Kaduna, what do you call it, train attack during our past president regime.
Exactly.
Government paid
ransom.
So I was not confused. I should, when family members being kidnapped now, I should now relate, when we pay ransom, 40 years imprisonment, funding news. I was just like, this, Nigeria is a comedy zone. And anytime God is bored, that's when this system come just say, okay, Angel Gabriel, tune to Nigeria channel, let me laugh small. So that's the truth. So,
state of humor.
Until we see this thing as a cancer in our bone, in our flesh, it can never be resolved. Create jobs. Another thing is empowerment for our security agencies. My question is, the type of guns that some of these kidnappers use, is it also being used
they are more advanced
by our security agencies? That speaks corruption. Because I want to believe that our government are pumping into billions of naira into the security sections.
Yes. That means corruptions in
the system, in the military, the security agency system.
Exactly.
And there was a time that I think 4 or 5 consecutively security aides were alleged of embezzlement by AFCC. That should tell us that there is something wrong with that system. So 1 billion naira should be used to procure weapons. Now we're using 200 million naira. They receive the difference. And these kidnappers, they are collecting 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 6 million from their doctors, and they're using the money to procure more weapons. That is improper fraction. It doesn't work.
Consider this a group of terrorists versus a whole federation. Among these two parties, who has the capacity to have enough funding?
Do you know how many billions was pumped into arresting Osama bin Laden by the US government under the administration of Barack Obama?
Oh, yes, sir.
Billions of dollars. They had to specially make
a silent
helicopter, a silent jet because of that. Not to arrest him.
Do you
know how much was pumped by Israel before they could rescue their people from Uganda during the regime of this man, Idi Amin Dada of Uganda? Can we pump that money also into our security system in Nigeria and it will be embezzled?
What I believe is our problem in Nigeria is that the level of intransparency when it comes to the management of funds. Yes.
It's also causes of insecurity in Nigeria.
There's no transparency in the management.
Then another thing, I'm using this medium to also appeal to our government. Mr. President Ashwaji Bola Tinubu, and I think we are in Ondo State.
Yes,
and the governor of Ondo State, Honorable Loki Sayedatiwa, and Progressive Governors Forum, Southeastern Governors Forum, PDP Governors Forum, please, sirs, we are begging you in the name of the Lord. Our roads are bad. Most of these kidnappers stay. They ambush him where they know the road is what?
Bad.
Very bad. The car cannot run fast. Yeah.
No matter how it tries.
No matter how fast it drives.
It cannot. Even considering the load it carries and the passengers.
So sometimes a road break should be 2 lane. It is 1 lane. There will be corner. And you don't know if trailer is coming. I believe there will be times that the car will want to run and corner, make the trailer, hit it. So someone that is running from kidnap and non accident, that means untimely death. Which is more bad. So I'm appealing to our Minister for Transportation, Minister for Works, Dave Mai, and Chief of Staff to the President. What is this? What is his name? I've forgotten. Chief of Staff, Mr. President, sir. If you are being opportune to watch us or to view us, we are begging in the name of the Lord. Insecurity is eating us up.
Cancer in the body.
The incident that happened at over 2 years ago, we still remember for Ondo State. January 1st this year, some people were attacked in church.
Even recently, Plateau, there's a protest going on in the state, Plateau State, precisely.
I can remember also when this man, I'm just forgetting their names, this former governor of Kaduna State, when he was still the governor. Some evangelism boss coming from evangelism to their church, redemption and redeem that belongs to Redeemed Christian Church. They were attacked, they were kidnapped. It took God to bail them out. So you can't even walk freely. You walk and you'll be looking at your back. You don't tell them you just small you know what? They start running. You know? It shouldn't be so that our father's not. It shouldn't be so.
Should not be.
Should not be. So,
all right, dear viewers, I hope you've learned a lot from what my co-host here has said, giving us the facts, the data, and insight into the level of insecurity we're experiencing in Nigeria, giving us preferred solutions, possible solutions and recommendations that can be administered by our government to ensure a better Nigeria. I do hope you love this video, and I would like you also to watch us for our next episode right here on Emperor TV, Facebook, and Emperor Online TV on YouTube, Ayomide on Instagram, Emperor TV on TikTok, and you can also as well check us out on our other social media handles. So we'd love you to come back and watch our next episode. Thank you for staying. I remain Sam Ayomide and
John Ayomide.
Thank you so much. See you.